Wheels. They're everywhere. Some philosophers speculate that there are more doors than wheels.
Doors. Wheels. We all use them. But which are there more of?
But what if I told you? None of that matters. Because we're here to watch a tire blow people's heads off and have a darn good time doing it. The movie starts out panning out on these chairs that get mowed down for seemingly no reason. This scene reminds me of when I was 10 years old and would ride my bike and I'd see these giant black ants on the ground and I'd try to crush every single one of them. Honestly, that's a pretty sick way to just come out of a car. If I saw somebody come out of a car that way, I'd be pretty intimidated.
In the Steven Spielberg movie E.T., why is the alien brown? No reason. In Love Story, why did the two characters fall madly in love with each other? No reason.
So he says this is an homage to no reason, but in my experience, there's always a reason. Whether it's just because somebody wanted to, or because it's just a cause of nature. That's really as simple as you can put it. Just like there is a reason for this film. He says that the whole thing is for no reason, but this whole film was created for a reason to pay homage to the concept of no reason. Keep that in mind while you watch this, because there's a lot of confusing things in this film. I don't know if they decided not to do it or due to the whole no reason concept, or if they actually forgot to like write it in the script or put it on the film or whatever.
Why can't we see the air all around us? No reason. Why are we always thinking? No reason. Why do some people love sausages and other people hate sausages? No fucking reason.
There are reasons why people don't like sausages. Because maybe it's religious, or maybe it's because they don't taste good. And that's usually the reason. My theory is with why they decided to break all those chairs is because they're trying to be assholes towards these spectators that are watching the show with us. Which I'm not against, because I really don't like them.
Why did they destroy all those chairs? They're sat on those.
Yeah, it's really a pity.
Quiet, please.
You know the concept of show, don't tell? This film does a lot of telling and showing, but it's very unbalanced. And the only way that they do a lot of telling is through the spectators. They try to guess what the audience is thinking and feeling, or they are trying to make the audience think and feel a certain way. I can't really tell.
Her ass isn't that great, but she has quite a rack on her. You think the tire's gonna get laid?
I'd like to see that. What position do you think?
And sadly, yes, these spectators are very integral to the story. And I don't like it. So I'm not going to showcase them a lot unless it's to shit on them. The spectators start spectating this barren landscape of a dump and comment how boring it is.
It's already boring.
Which is exactly what I'm thinking. How did they know? After about 10 minutes into the film, we finally find our tire. I think. Okay, we're just staring at it. Oh! It moved! It moved! I'm not gonna lie, I already relate to this tire quite a lot. The tire comes with this water bottle, and I think it checks to see if it's alive, or maybe what would happen if it touched it. Either way, it crushes it, and decides to crush a scorpion next. Until it comes to a glass bottle, in which it tries to crush it multiple times, gets really, really mad at it, and through sheer force of will, blows it up. Which I am absolutely here for. That, finally, yes. And then comes across a rabbit and blows that rabbit up too, just because he can. And thus its bloodlust began. The tire then comes to this road and turns off this woman's car with its mind. Yeah. And it's about to blow this woman up. It's so close. So close. And then this just dick, who's not even paying attention to the road, comes over and hits him with his truck. And almost hits this lady too. So naturally, the tire tracks down this man. Stares at him for a little bit. And yes! Blows him up. Serves him right for hitting a tire. This is exactly why I'm watching this movie. It's only been 26 minutes. But I'm still all here for it. It's all up from here. I think. Right? The tire then tracks down the woman that we saw before, and with a scene that is not monetization friendly, we see that the tire is either a pervert or just very curious. Lord knows the spectators are perverts, though.
Not bad at all.
What, let me see.
This is the first time in my life I identify with a tire.
Yeah, her ass is not that great, but I understand.
You are hard to please. It is fine with me.
Her ass isn't that great, but she has quite a rack on her. You think the tire's gonna get laid?
I'd like to see that. What position do you think?
Look, I'm here to watch this tire blow people's heads off and nothing else. So, move along, please. But with that aside, who the fuck showers with both their front door and their bathroom door open? I'm so paranoid. I lock both my front door and my shower door before I even consider grabbing a towel. Hell, I do it even when I eat breakfast. The tire doesn't kill her, and they never really explain why. It's had like 3 or 4 moments to kill her, but has decided each time that she's all right. Instead, it gets intrigued by her swimming and showering that it wants to try it itself. A maid comes into the tire's room and sees it in the shower and, you know, throws it outside because that's kind of ridiculous.
Weirdos.
In which the tire comes back into the room and blows up her head. She got what she deserved. The tire then tries to swim, and I'm pretty sure it drowns. In a small subplot of the film, the spectators get fed some turkey. They tear in it like a bunch of rabid beasts because they haven't eaten in days. They then die from food poisoning. Or some sort of poisoning. They've been poisoned.
Damn it to hell!
What's happening to us?
They poisoned you.
Except for one spectator who knew it was poison, but he didn't warn anybody. He didn't care. Which, I'm glad they're dead, so I don't have to listen to them anymore. We see that there is a boy that saw that the maid got killed by the tire, and he calls the cops. He leads them to the pool where the tire supposedly drowned, and, you know, obviously nobody believes him.
Okay, you know what? I've heard enough rubbish for the day, all right? Now get that dirty tire out of the pool, or I'm gonna get really mad.
Okay, kid, listen to me. Nothing to worry about. It's just a perfectly ordinary tire.
Yeah, same here. You see, it's not moving.
Well, maybe it drowned.
Look, will you stop it with this crap, okay? You were putting me to shame in front of a police officer.
Don't be rough. There's no need
You know,
to be
someone
rough.
died here, okay? We don't joke about things like that. Do you understand?
Now, that is true.
It doesn't excuse throughout the entire film this father is a dick. He's just... I hate him. I don't like him. Even before things got serious and somebody was dying, he was just an asshole.
I just saw a live tire.
You got nothing better to do than come over here and start talking rubbish?
He locked himself in room 16.
Ain't you got homework to do or something?
You don't believe me.
Will you shut up?
You go have a look at room 16 now. Please?
Will you get on your bike and get me a pizza?
The sheriff talks to the dad for a bit and then just randomly out of nowhere says, "Oh, the spectators are dead. Never mind. You can be on your way."
Ah, very good. It's been 6 hours. The poison has had time to take effect. We can stop.
The poison?
Yes, we poisoned the spectators. You can go home now, Mr. Hughes. We don't need you anymore. Thank you very much.
I don't understand.
It's been a pleasure working with you.
And then he walks off and tries to convince all the other cops that, yeah, all the spectators are dead. All of this is fake. It's all right. You can go home.
You can all relax. It's over. We're stopping now. Thanks, and congratulations to all. Great job.
What do you mean, Chad?
I mean exactly what I just said. It's over. You can all go home to your families now. It's been a pleasure working with you.
You out of your mind?
Come on. Stop acting like this is real life. I'm telling you, we're done. There's no one watching anymore, okay?
Obviously, they don't believe him. So he tries to convince them that this is all fake. He even points out that one of them has a stuffed toy alligator under his arm.
Come on. It's not real life. Look at you. You have a stuffed toy alligator under your arm.
So?
In which I agree with the guy with the toy alligator in his arm. Like, he also gets a cop to shoot him, and the cop does, and nothing actually happens to the sheriff.
I don't feel a thing.
They question, hey, is like the maid actually dead? And the sheriff's response is like, no, go check the bag. In which they find the maid is still dead.
It's a regular corpse.
Give her a good slap. You'll see.
Stop your bullshit. She's got no head.
The sheriff finds out that one of the spectators is still alive.
The spectators didn't eat the turkey. He's alive and watching as we speak.
Damn.
And has to pretend like nothing happened.
Okay. Excuse me, please. I made a little mistake. Forget everything I just said.
One of my biggest concerns is, why is nobody concerned that they were able to shoot this guy and nothing happened? Like, either your bullets are ineffective, or he's just playing you, or what's even worse is he's immortal. From my understanding, the spectators have to willingly kill themselves or something along those lines, where the sheriff and the other guy, they can't directly be responsible for the spectator's death, which gets a little complicated later. The sheriff sends his henchmen to go finish off the spectator by feeding him a big buffet, which the spectator refuses because, he knows it's poisoned. We then get this really weird scene where the henchman is like eating the food and he's reminiscing about his family and how he killed his brother.
My father wanted to do something nice for us, and he took us on a vacation to the mountain. But since we had no money, he couldn't take us skiing. My brother falls into a crack, and I don't know why, but instead of going for help, I take this enormous rock and I smash him into the face with it.
Then dies a very long death.
Oh, holy shit. Ah! God! Oh, shit. Oh. This stuff was supposed to be for you to eat. Oh, God, it burns. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Probably the longest death I have seen on screen.
Help me! Help me, oh God, I beg you, please. Please.
This film is really weird in a lot of ways, and I can't tell if it's good or bad. I'm gonna say it's both. Everything with the tire is good so far. I enjoy tire scenes. Cutting back the tire, it dries off a little bit, and it gets back up, which brings up some questions. Can it move in water? Every time we see it in water, it's not moving. Was it trying to kill itself going into the water? Or maybe the water makes it feel good? We don't know, and we don't get to, just like many things in this film. Anyways, the tire gets back up and blows up the dad's head and startles the cop. You know, the cop that was previously being like, oh, it's all just pretend and we can stop pretending now. And he just pulls out like a tiny little script or note or something. I can't really tell. And he reads it.
Oh God, the kid was right. The killer is a tire.
And instead of going after the tire, he goes to the cops, which are, quite frankly, further away than the tire is to him. And he tells the cops that they are looking for a tire by taking off one of the wheels for one of the vehicles.
This is what our killer looks like.
And explaining that the tire is the killer, which everybody believes instantly. Like they're totally fine believing it, even though nobody saw it. And from all they know is this guy is crazy. But maybe everybody is just crazy, or maybe they just know this guy is crazy. I don't know. And they start asking you know, the really hard-hitting questions.
What brand of tire?
We don't know yet. Probably brandless.
Is it worn?
Yes.
Is it black?
The tire comes across a tire burning, and in a state of like devastation or revenge, it then murders an entire town over the course of 3 days. The cops eventually find the tire watching TV, and their plan is to set up a mannequin with some dynamite and basically taunt the tire into blowing itself up. So they grab the woman that the tire, you know, never really blew up, which confuses me because they don't really know that she's like the only survivor from the tire. Nobody ever hints towards that. Nobody ever sees that the tire purposefully never killed her. Nobody ever mentions it. But she's the one to taunt the tire in a very, you know, sexy way that even she feels uncomfortable doing. And it's really bad. Like, it's really bad writing. So she feels very uncomfortable.
Come on, come here. Come close and kill me, you little jerk.
Stick to the text. Go on.
Son of a bitch. Come on. You know I've been very naughty. You have to punish me. Come punish me. Who wrote this garbage? Come on, be a good boy. Blow my head off, you big slut. Sorry, I can't read that. It's too awful.
So the cop then takes over and tries to do it.
Blow my head off, you big slut. You hear me?
I have been a very naughty girl.
And then they get kind of like, oh no, I don't think he's falling for it anymore. Which then prompts a knock to come banging on the back of the van door. And we see the spectator, and he's like telling the cop, yeah, this is very confusing. This doesn't make sense at all. You need to figure something else out. You could have killed this guy a while ago.
Now that he's standing in front of the dummy, you get a bazooka, or even better. No, listen. Even better, you get one of your guys with a flamethrower, huh? Just whoa. Huh? You gotta do something. I mean, do something, anything.
The cop gets really defensive.
No. The idea was for him to blow up the dummy himself and set off the dynamite. That way, he'll pop himself off himself, so to speak.
Well, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. What I'm asking is speed up the action, that's all.
After, like, a couple more failed attempts, he eventually caves in, walks in with a shotgun, and shoots the tire. Very anticlimactic death. They fix this by making the tire reincarnate into a tricycle.
Hey, wait! It's not the end! He's been reincarnated as a tricycle!
And then it blows up the spectator and just kind of wanders off into the distance. And we get these long, very long shots of the tire just wandering off into the distance. And eventually, somehow raising an army of tires from the dead or non-existence or whatever, and going to Hollywood. And that's it. That's the end of the story. very interesting. This was indeed enjoyable. The only reason I watched this film in the first place is because I heard a tire blows up people's heads, and that is going to still be the reason that I watch it if I ever watch it again. If you like this video, click on one of these. They're not weird. I swear. Okay, bye.